10:39 on the 29th of May 2025, and I am going to extend my session out this evening, hopefully do a very brief job of covering the next in the Rounder series, which begins with NGC 3284, and we'll continue, if I'm looking at my printout here, to NGC 3403. What we should have here is a view of NGC 3284, visual magnitude 13.6. It's located in Ursa Majoris at 103621.3 plus 58 degrees 3713. And it is the same galaxy as NGC 3286, which should have come, well, no, it's not coming later in this series from what I can see. I must not have copied it. But anyway, through 17.5 in 1994, fairly faint, small, round, moderate, even concentration with a bright core and non-stellar nucleus, located 4.9 arc-minutes northwest of a magnitude 10.5 star, which is helpful in identifying it, and forms a pair with NGC 3288, 3.9 arc-minutes to the south-southeast. We may have to play with the histogram setting here a little bit to be able to detect them, and you can see how that revealed itself as I did so. It's amazing how often you have to redo the histograms from screen to screen, even on the very same night of recording. All right, I've now centered the scope up on NGC 3288, a neighbor of 3284. 10 hours 3625.8, 58 degrees 3323 in Ursa Majoris. Fainter, magnitude 14.1, visual 1.1 by 0.9 arc minutes with a surface brightness of 13.8 and a position angle of 5 degrees. 17.5 inch scope and 94, very faint, small, round, low, even surface brightness. Yes, it doesn't have quite the bright core. And located 3.7 arc-minutes west-southwest of a magnitude 10.5 star, forming a pair with 3286, 3.9 arc-minutes to the north-northwest. Here we have NGC 3298, also in Ursa Majoris, 10 hours 3712.3 plus 50 degrees, so 8 degrees from the south, 7 minutes 15. It's also a 14th magnitude galaxy, but small, 0.9 by 0.6, surface brightness 13.4, and a position angle of 138 degrees. Looks like there might be an even fainter galaxy nearby. Faint, 18 inch, 2007, faint, small, round, core only viewed, 0.4 arc-minutes in diameter, contains a very small, brighter nucleus. A very faint star lies 1 degree, 1 arc-minutes to the south and west. Okay, we're easily seeing NGC 3310. The screen, it's an Ursa Majoris, magnitude 10.8, so brighter than the last group that we just in the Rounder series. 10 hours 3845.8 plus 53 degrees 3010 in Ursa Majoris. 3.1 by 2.4 arc-minutes with an average surface brightness of 12.8 to a 48-inch scope in 2012. Extremely bright, fairly large, sharply concentrated with a large, very bright, slightly elongated north-south core, 1 arc-minute in diameter. We're seeing that. Reminds me of Messier 77. Core appears mottled with a couple of stellar rings or small knots. The core is surrounded by a larger, much lower surface brightness and regular halo, extending the central portion to nearly 2 arc-minutes. An outer spiral arm is attached on the north side of the halo and was most evident near the halo. Occasionally, a very large, low surface brightness looping arm was glimpsed, rotating 180 degrees clockwise, ending west of the core, 1.7 arc-minutes. And a lot of that is visible. This is the north. So we are getting quite a good view on this evening with a meteor passing by. Okay, I'm still shooting for 1 galaxy or 1 study a minute, and I think we're doing pretty good in this one. NGC 3320 is a 12.3 magnitude galaxy located 10, 39, 36.6 plus 47, 2353 in Ursa Majoris, size 2.2 by 1.0 and a surface brightness of 13, position angle of 20 degrees. Through a 17.5 and 91, Steve says moderately bright, fairly small, oval, 2 to 1, broad concentration, a magnitude 13.5 stars, southwest end, 40 arc seconds from the center, and a magnitude 11 stars off the northeast, and 2.1 from center. I may start dropping those description of stars, locations, particularly when it's pretty obvious where the galaxy is on the screen. Here we have NGC 3329 in Draco, 10 hours 4439.4, 76 4835. Magnitude 12.2, size 1.8 by 1, surface brightness 12.6, and a position angle of 140 degrees. Through 17.5 and 92, moderately bright, small, elongated 3 to 2, northwest-southeast, broad concentration, but no sharp nucleus. And I just dropped my lamp because I'm trying to keep it from spoiling the view. Now, NGC 3343 is at 10 hours 4610.4 and Draco 732110. Visual magnitude 13.4, 1.3 by 0.9 arc minutes, surface brightness 13.6, position angle of 55. Through an 18-inch scope in 2005, fairly faint, small, slightly elongated southwest-northeast, 0.7 by 0.5 arc minutes, fairly sharp concentration with a very small 15 arc second size bright core, which increases to a stellar nucleus, and we are getting some strangeness on the screen. Sorry about that, folks. We're just going to push on anyway. One last view of that NGC 3343 without the elongation of the stars. We have NGC 3348 against a nice dark background sky. 10 hours 4710.1 plus 72 degrees. Wow, that's pretty far north for Ursa Majoris. 50 minutes 22 seconds. Brightest galaxy so far at magnitude 11.1, size 2 by 2 arc minute, face on galaxy with a surface brightness of 12.7. Through 17.5 and 92, moderately bright but small, 1 arc minute in diameter, slightly elongated east-west, unusual appearance because at first glance there appears to be a double nucleus. Instead, a magnitude 13.5 stars superimposed at the east side of the halo. The core of the galaxy is close to the west, and a small halo surrounds the star with averted vision. We're seeing it quite direct here, so we know we are getting significantly better than the 17.5-inch scope view, if the seeing is decent at the time Steve is reporting. Really had to fuss with the histogram on this one. NGC 3353. Is that what we're really looking at? I thought, oh, yeah, 3353. I thought we already looked at this. With visual magnitude 12.8, 1.3 by 1.0, surface brightness 12.9, position angle 45 degrees. I guess this is a different one. 24-inch scope in 2018 at 375x, moderately bright, fairly small, slightly elongated southwest to northeast, 0.6 by 0.45 arc minutes, very small, bright nucleus. Occasionally a brighter spot was seen on the west side. I'm going to push the magnification way up to twice, so that's going to be probably somewhere around 250 to 300x. We are getting quite an extensive view of NGC 3353 at high magnifications. Well, I want to show you this one as we zoom in. It looks like it has an extensive amount of detail. It is NGC 3359. Visual magnitude 10.6, size 7.2 by 4.4 arc minutes with a surface brightness of 14.2 and a position angle of 170 degrees. Through a 14.5-inch scope in 2021 at 150x and 226, moderately bright, large oval, 3 to 2 north-south, 4.5 by 3 arc minutes were seen with averted vision. contains a large, brighter central region. Although there wasn't a well-defined core, a brighter north-south bar was occasionally noted. The halo has a moderately low, fairly even surface brightness, except at the periphery. No brighter stars are nearby. We are seeing extensive spiral arms. This is a real beauty here, folks. We are getting quite an excellent view of NGC 3359. We're down to about almost 11 minutes now, and we're on course to conclude this within 15 minutes. Sorry if I have to rush. It's the second viewing of Rounders series this evening. Our view here is NGC 3364. I had to adjust the histogram to get rid of some haloing due to extraneous light. NGC 3364 is an Ursa Majoris, 10 hours 48, 29.7, plus 72 degrees, 2530. Visual magnitude 12.8. Face on 1.5 by 1.5, surface brightness of 13.5, magnitudes through a 17.5 inch scope in 92, faint, small, round, low, even, surface brightness, collinear with magnitude 13.5, double star at 29 arc seconds, separated by about 4 arc minutes to the north. Here's our double star right there. You can see two galaxies on the screen right now, one very condensed, probably a lenticular or maybe elliptical, and one more extended, probably a early period spiral galaxy. This is the galaxy of note, NGC 3392. That's located at 105103 plus 654653 in Ursa Majoris. Visual magnitude 13.7, 0.8 by 0.6 arc minutes, surface brightness 12.8. Yes, it is quite condensed. Position angle of 35 degrees. At 17.5 inch scope at 91, fairly faint, moderately large, diffuse, slightly elongated, low surface brightness, forms of hair with NGC 3392, 4 arc minutes to the northeast. We're going to go on to NGC. It says it forms a pair with 3392. We already discussed that one. It was visual magnitude 13.7, 0.8 by 0.6. And we're going to go on now to NGC 3398 for our second to last view of the evening. Wow, this is a tiny, tiny little edge-on galaxy. Let's learn about it. 3398. It's at 10 hours 51:31.5 plus 55 degrees 23 minutes 27 in Ursa Majoris. Magnitude is 13.6. I probably could bring out more, but I'm not going to bother playing with the histogram at this point. 1 by 0.3 arc minutes, surface brightness 12.2, position angle of 78 degrees, through a 17.5 inch scope in 1995. Brighter of a pair of galaxies oriented north-south. NGC 3398 is a faint, narrow edge-on streak, 4:1 east-west aspect ratio, 1 by 0.25. There's an icy galaxy, 646. Look for it, 4.6 arc minutes north-northeast. Very faint, small, slightly elongated northwest to southeast, 0.5 by 0.4 arc minutes. It's located 4.7 arc minutes northwest of a magnitude star 8.1 SAO 27802. I am going to play briefly with the histogram setting to see if we can bring these babies out, and boy, does it cause several galaxies to pop in the field. When I shifted the histogram to the left, we're at 14 minutes 25 seconds. Final study of the evening is NGC 3403. It's in Draco 105355.1 plus 73 degrees 41 minutes 24 seconds. The visual magnitude 12.2, but I'm not going to play with the histogram. 3 by 1.2 arc minutes, surface brightness 13.4 with a position angle of 73 degrees through a 17.5 inch scope in 91, fairly faint, moderately large, elongated 5:2, west-southwest, east-northeast. Weakly concentrated with a magnitude 12.5 star, 3.1 arc minutes southeast of center. We're now into this for 15 minutes and 9 seconds. I thought our Carpe Noctem view might be something adventitious tonight. So let's see what we've got here. It's 100% zoom, or about 120, 150x, on what I would describe as a planetary nebula. We'll keep pushing it up a little bit to 200%. This particular planetary nebula resides in Lyra the Lyre, and just about every amateur astronomer knows its name and designation. Let's push it up to 300% now. We're operating at 2-second exposure time, so we're just beginning to reveal the central star. And let's push it a little bit further. Now I can play, of course, with the histogram and reveal more of it. The central star becomes quite apparent there. And we'll drop that off a little bit. There we go, a little better. Let's see how far we can go with pushing the zoomage on this baby. We've gone well past the point of resolution. You can see all kinds of pixelation on this. This 13.4 magnitude star is quite apparent as well. I'm going to go ahead and pause for a second and drop the exposure time down just a wee bit. And just as I did with the Hercules cluster earlier, I set it up for what I consider to be 6-inch aperture settings. We can see the 13.5 magnitude star there, so we may be getting a bit more light. And I will push the magnification up again. This particular star is rarely visible, except on very good nights of seeing, which proves how good the seeing is with this on this very evening. Unfortunately, many of the views are now sinking out towards the west, so we got a lot of stray light from a street lamp that's up there. But many of the views were quite good for both the earlier Rounder series and the latter one as well. Carpe.